morning, everybody. I am Tommy, and that must mean that you are on the lifeboat. What's happening? Do a little pinch hitting this morning. You see, it is the last day of the month of December here in 2024. Normally, this slot in the morning is taken by my son, the captain of this here vessel, Spanx Calhoun. But Spanky is with his friends, so I thought I would cut the man a little slack and let him have a little bit of fun. A little bit of fun. I mean, you gotta work them like rented mules, right? This nepotism stuff. I'm kidding, but I did want to give the man a chance to. You know what? People are going to complain about that. Hold on one second. Let me kill that propeller, because I know that someone's going to tell me that caused them to stroke out on me. Tommy Bird, good to see you. The nurse who loved me, what's happening? Hey, Lisa Trimble, Crystal, Phoenix Rising, good to see you. Mara, how are you? Joe Mama, what's up, Joe Mama? Bill Herrera, good to see you. Mother Bird 63, how you been? Right, fun? What? See, Tommy Bird gets it. The hell is that fun all about? No need. Jane Aldrich, Karma, Chameleon, good to see you. Barbara Aldrich. It's always right in the world when the sisters are here. Galen, good to see you. Jamie Palmer, how are you? Kristen Melinda, good to see you. Happy New Year. Kim, Happy New Year. Anka, good to see you. Truth Finder, dig the name. My Vintage Moon, good to see you. Good to see you. Anna Banana, glad you're here, Anna Banana. Teresa Clay, Incarna Soul, good to see you. This is going to be a fun one, peeps. You got my word. And I'm not just speaking about this show. I'm talking about 2025. We're going to start this celebration off tonight over on my girl's channel, Old Table Reese. Relatable Reese, most of you probably know it, but if you got a wrench, toss that puppy up in there for me so that they got a link to it. Diane Ramos, good to see you. And I really hope we see every single one of you. If you do not catch this, years from now, you'll be saying, I missed it. I could have been there that night. Oh, it's going to be a good one, people. Sherry Kelly, how are you? Sherry Kelly. Oh, this is going to get confusing. We have a Shelly Kelly here as well. Happy New Year to you too. Leanne, how are you? Good to see you. Twisted Sister Paranormal says, I'll be there, and I hope you will. I hope all of you will. This is going to be fun, and 2025 is going to be fun. We talked about this the last time I was live. The prescient, right? The Nostradamus-like Cat Williams at the beginning of 2024 gave us a little foreshadowing of what was to come, right? He said 2024 is the year, man. If you're hiding in the shadows and doing foul stuff, you're going to get busted. I paraphrase. Katrina, good to see you. Eva, how are you? But that's about what he said. Like on the real, that's pretty much what he said. It's and all aboard. That just sounds good. Hey, Blow Drill, it's an honor to have you here, man. Not holding my breath for 2025. You know what, man? I completely understand where you're coming from, and especially knowing, what you've endured. I would imagine that a lot of people that have endured these kind of oppressive control groups, who look at it and go, how is this thing still in business after what it's done to everybody? I know Reese feels that as well. But I feel like we at least have better traction than we've ever had. If we fall flat on our faces, I just say we fall flat on our faces, giving it hell and trying, because this has never been like this. I'm old, right? For better or worse, I'm no longer a young man. But I've never seen this. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Kim. Sid, how are you? Hey, Diane. DS Kitty, good to see you. Rick Smith, what's happening? Tractor. If you see Cosmic Christie, I didn't know this, but yesterday was Cosmic Christie's birthday. If you see Cosmic Christie, shoot her a hello, would you? We're big fans of Cosmic Christie here on the boat. True Crime Nut, how are you? Getting your ketamine treatment whilst listening. Well, I hope it's going fantastic for you. I'd say we're at about 70% for the people on the boat that have been trying the ketamine therapy. We've had about 70% that have had positive experiences, and that's pretty good for anything. I mean, hell, 30 would be pretty good for anything. Blue Water's good to see you. Meredith Lynn, how are you? Viggy Cat, good to see you. Hope you're all having a good day. I am. James Collins Cares, how are you? Jess Gunn, good to see you. I have high hopes, people. and I have high hopes because I've been doing this for a hot minute, and it's been the same thing always, right? Even when you talked about Danny Masterson, who was just a lowlife, and it brought attention and shined a spotlight on the cult of Scientology because of how their administration, how internally they dealt with the R charges of that lowlife. Hey, thank goodness, True Crime Nut. I love that. Fantastic. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Kim says, I tell you, shrooms have done miracles for depression and PTSD, big time for some. I have used psilocybin successfully in my life to help realign me. I am a believer in that, but it's like anything else. For some people, it's a miracle, and for some people, it is not. So, but for me, it worked really well, and I will continue to do it. When I start feeling like I'm really out there and I'm struggling, and the journaling and all the stuff isn't getting it done, then I get prepared to do the psilocybin ride. And normally, that's when I say I get prepared. I don't go, yeah, I'm not feeling right. You know what? Let's eat some fungus. There's a whole process that goes up into it. It's actually months of journaling and writing down what it is you're trying to accomplish, kind of while you're tiptoeing through the tulips that are your gray matter. Happy New Year. Here's to Caddyshack 3, starring John Lovitz as the groundskeeper and Tom Cruise as the shrewd country club owner. You know something? I'm putting that up there for posterity. Normally, the things that Jeremy Shelton says, although creative, at times very creative, are normally a little off kilter to the point where you go, this man needs help, probably more than Tommy Scoville can possibly offer. But this one's pretty funny. Of course, what he's doing is mocking how bad Caddyshack 2 was, and I think we all know that to be true. And then he was taking a shot at that Tom Cruise fella, because darn it, he's just he's Tom Cruise, isn't he? He's a short little demented guy hopping on couches, screaming, "I love her, I love her, I love her." Ew! That whole thing was just creepy as hell, wasn't it? Penny Rogers says, Happy New Year's Eve to you, Reese, your families, and all the viewers. Well, you're going to have a chance to spend a little bit of that New Year's Eve with us over on Real Table Reese. And we will be getting the thumbnail. The thumbnail on that is already up, so you can go over there and check it out. Make sure you reserve a seat in the front. You're not going to want to be sitting in the back for this one. You know what I mean? This is... Every once in a while, there's a show that you definitely want to catch a front row seat for, and I'm predicting this is going to be one of them. People, the statistics concerning New Year's resolutions are downright abysmal. As it turns out, most people that decide that they're going to make a change, because New Year's resolutions are never based on, it's rare anyway that someone's New Year's resolution is, I intend to smoke the same number of cigarettes, not to gain or lose any weight. It's usually something more along the radical lines of, I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to get myself in shape. I want to have six-pack abs. I want to be able to do a beach body or whatever it is that you're planning on doing. And most people fail. Excellent, Penny. I look forward to seeing you there. I like the idea of entering 2025 in peace and harmony. I love that. And I hope that is what 99 out of 100 people hope for as well. I'm gonna be loud and obnoxious through most of 2025, but I think that most people should not be. But I think this is the year that we're gonna call out the hypocrisy, man. We're gonna call out the hypocrisy, and it's just kind of what's gonna be. And we're already stepping on people's whats. There's already people that. It is what it is. There's going to be people that don't like us, and there's a lot of people that like the status quo. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that would be just as happy if things didn't ever change, but they have to. I'm sorry, they have to, right? These actors and these entertainers that you think, I love that one. She's so fantastic, or he's so great. They shouldn't have to sell their souls in order to get a gig. And it looks as if that is the case. And you know something? Those kind of crazy conversations, like saying selling someone's soul or that kind of stuff, always just sounds downright, stupid. And I think they like it when we use language like that, because it probably makes this story sound less believable and more fantastic. But it's exactly what's happening, isn't it? I mean, honestly, is it not what's happening? You're going to take all of your morals and all of the things that you believe, even your preference, schmexually, right? You're hetero, but they're going to say, well, this is how you get it. You want to be a part of this industry. This is how it goes down. Everybody's done this. Here, let me show you some pictures of me with other famous men. This is allegedly what happened in that Little Rod lawsuit, right? He said that the diddler allegedly pulled out photo after photo of here's me and whoever. I won't say any names, Stevie J. Or, here's me with someone else, or here's me with somebody else. And this kind of stuff is was his game plan. Yeah. Really disturbing. By the way, we made it 10 minutes and change before I dropped my first allegedly. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me? I love that. I love it. From Great Britain. Our Aussie friends are already in 2025, Josh says 2025, the year of calling out hypocrisy. Love it. You know what? It has to happen. It has to happen. We can't live in a world anymore where if you can sing or pretend to sing, right? Maybe you got auto-tune or whatever. But if you can sing, then you're not going to be subject to the same laws as the rest of us. If you can throw a ball through a hoop, right, from 30 feet, nothing but net. You should be able to do what? Whatever you want. You should be able to lecture us on whatever issue you think we're lowlifes about, right? And make a point of how you are going to stand up for the oppressed everywhere injustice is found. Unless, of course, that injustice has to do with me at a Diddy party, in which case I'm just going to go radio silent and disappear. Hell, maybe I'll even stop playing round ball. It's, I think we're done. I really do. And I understand, like blow drill, I completely understand where blow drill is coming from. And I would imagine that you'd almost have to be slow not to, right? We've seen this stuff happen before, right? I love that. I love that. Very cool. First live, Tommy, but I've been watching you for ages. Much respect, man. Thank you for your courage and your integrity. That's a cool thing to say, man. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that you caught a live, right? This is it's not my normal time slots, to be sure. And I know that it's fun occasionally to do this. I did a midnight show, I don't know, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, somewhere in there. I did a show at midnight my time, and we got a really good turnout because people from all over the world that don't catch lives had an opportunity to get on the on the live, which is just awesome. So much fun. It really is. But thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad that you're here. Hey, Jen Hobbs. How are you? Good to see you. This is kids around here, man. Right? Blow Drill says Diddy confessed everything in his song Diddy featuring the Neptunes. Not saying, just saying. Someone else mentioned that song. Actually, I think it was yesterday. I was in somebody's chat and someone was talking about that. Not someone I'm familiar with. Definitely something I should check out. He also admitted it in public constantly, didn't he? I mean, he really did. They do this. All of the people that seem to be involved in this kind of nonsense take some kind of a perverse pleasure in throwing it in our faces. Right? When Conan O'Brien said to him, what do you need for a good party? And he said, well, got to have a lot of liquor, right? You got to keep the temperature high. You want everybody sweating, right? You want everybody oiled up and sweaty and like really getting into and then he said, and you got to make sure you got locks on the doors, right? You don't want the women getting out. Now, you hear that now and you go, oh my God, right? Like, God help us, that's creepy. Why wasn't that creepy then? For real, because he threw great parties and the world talked about it. So, okay, maybe he's joking. It's kind of a creepy joke, especially in the world that we live in these days, right? Where human tea really is a reality. But I can't remember the last time I was in a chat where I didn't see a comment that said, are we going to talk about the 300,000 missing kids? The fact that people are demanding content creators to start looking into these things, I think is a pretty good sign. Tommy, had a nice talk with my guy about experiences in my past that could have done serious damage to our relationship had I not realized it yesterday. So glad I caught it and talked with him about it. I love that. Open honesty does wonderful things, doesn't it? Communication is really something. Oh, what a nice thing to say. F my dentures. Love that name. I've been watching you and Reese's channels for nearly a year, and it's so wonderful to hear the joy in your voice these days. All blessings to you both. Well, thank you. That's so kind. It's a lot of fun to be back in Bug Tussle. The family was happy to see me, and by that, of course, I mean the furry family. But it's pretty wild, especially the new guy, Seamus O'Groton, is just a phenomenal little kitty. He has taken to me like no other animal ever has. He follows me around, and we're just tight. We've become very good friends. So it's been fun. Oh, Jen Hobbs. Hey, thoughts and prayers with you, Jen. I hope that your day gets better. Is Reese on tonight? She absolutely is. And I will be on with her. If you head over to one of the wrenches, throw up a link to Relatable Reese's channel. If you go over there right now and look, you will see the thumbnail for tonight's the video we will be doing over there. It's a year ago today, people. It's a year ago today that Quibs and I figured out that maybe we were more fond of each other than we thought we were. It happened live on last year's show on Relatable Reese. If you haven't seen that one, it's worth seeing as well. It's pretty cool. I'll give you a little lead up to tonight and all that has happened in a year. Holy hell, has it been a year? It's been a pretty wild year. I had to go out and Anna Banana says, what is your opinion of Invicta watches? They're large. That's my opinion. Invictas are very big. They're very, very large, and they're usually hit or miss, to be honest. They're a good watch, but they've had some quality control issues. If you get one that's where the quality control is done well on it, they're bulletproof. If you get one where it's not, it's a little less bulletproof. But the funny thing is that company has been around for an eternity, and they changed hands. Just the name, because of how popular the name was, it's changed hands a bunch of times. But I have an Invicta that was made in like 1912, really, really old Invicta. They have changed dramatically over the years, but yeah, and they're very popular. They really are very, very popular. You see them a lot. In fact, so when I came to Bug Tussle, my flight was in the middle of the night. That's why I didn't go live from the airport. It wasn't that I was trying to be sneaky, because I do love going live from airports. It's always you get a bunch of new people. It's just a great way to build a channel, honestly. If you went up every day, you could really build something. Airport videos kill it. But I got up there in the middle of the night, and I didn't want to make Johnny Scoville drive me there. So I took a Lyft, Uber, Lyft, whatever. And the guy that came had on a Invicta, and we were talking about watches. Hold on one second. And this is the kind of stuff that you figure out when you start journaling and you start peeling the onion and you start talking to people and you start working through stuff. You know how many people, Jamie Palmer, will spend their entire life living exactly the same situation you're in, and they'll have no idea what's going on, right? Never coming to the realization that, if my parents really couldn't give me what I needed emotionally as a kid, not their fault, but it made it nearly impossible to tell people what I want and need from them. Broke that wall down a bit yesterday. I wish I had the official participation trophy of the lifeboat here, because I would heft it for you. That's that kind of work, right? I love it when people say, are you working your sobriety? Sobriety is a verb. Living your best life, all that. I don't care if you've never done drugs before. You have absolutely got to get to a point where you're working on what makes you you. And congratulations, Jamie. I love that. Yes, you're right, Kristen Molina. That watch could have been on the Titanic. I've got watches a lot older than that, but I really am into the vintage watches. So it's a passion. or an addiction, I guess, depending on how you look at it. So here, let's make some predictions, people. This is why I'm here. Number one, I'll tell you something else. This is important. If you're going to make a New Year's resolution this year, and if you don't, why not? Right? Your life is perfect. There's nothing in your life that needs work. Good for you, man. Write a book. I would like to buy it. Tell me how you got there, because that's so damned impressive. Me personally, I got a whole hell of a lot that I got to work on. But first and foremost on my list is communication. Diane, my girlfriend, says the same thing. Her favorite place to people watch is the airport. And it was weird too, because I got off of the plane and Quibs was there. Like it was 1980. You know what I mean? Where you used to meet people getting off the plane. You can't do that anymore because you got to go through security. But she had been dropping off her boy earlier in the day. You know, Hux had to fly. So she was already in the airport and just waited for me there. But what a weird feeling to walk out and hear somebody yell my name. I was like, what the deuce? And there she was. Heidi, I do. Yeah, Heidi, absolutely. If you're trying to get a watch identified, email me and I will tell you exactly how to do it. It's a matter of taking pictures of the watch from a bunch of different camera angles. I spend a lot of my time as a watch dude doing exactly that, identifying watches for people. And it's easy if the person has the watch. A lot of times what I get is someone will say, I want to get a watch like my dad wore. I've got 3 pictures of him wearing the watch. Like that kind of stuff gets a little bit more challenging. But I'm kind of a freak when it comes to that. I'm a bit of a watch historian. Again, I have a real problem with it. I hesitate to talk about my situation, but maybe people should know I am dying because I turned 65 and Medicare won't pay for the med that keeps me alive. Luigi is my hero. Well, that is just horrific. My dentures, it really is. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe you could send me an email, tommyscoville@gmail.com, and you could give me a little bit more of the details concerning that situation. Could you do that for me? The email is tommyscoville@gmail.com. tommyscoville@gmail.com. Please send that over. So I'm going to be making some New Year's resolutions. Most of them have to do with communication. Most of them have to do with tightening up the game around here as well. It's slightly overwhelming because of as the thing grows, there's more people that you got to try to help, and it's a bit of a challenge. But every time these growth spurts happen on the boat, there's so many exciting things that come along with it. We've already gotten this holiday season. We've already gotten some people off of Fent and into a better life, which is pretty exciting stuff. It's why we do what we do. But aside from that, we also are going into the year of I don't know. In the future, I don't know what they'll call it. Looking back on it, because if 2024 was like, if you look back at the big news stories of 2024 and you start reading them, you're going to be shocked at how few of them really kind of resonate. And how many of them do you feel like, yeah, that was kind of a story, like people talked about that. There was a bit of something there. Yeah, I agree. As far as an advocate goes, I would like you to please reach out to me. I would like to be able to tell that story for real. That's the kind of thing I could get very easily righteously pissed off about. So please send me an email on that. F my dentures, please. We'll tell the story and we'll tell it loud. So, as Lacey Silver so eloquently put it, 2025, the year of truth. Yeah. I love that. I love this. I really do. Right? Focusing in. Here are my words. This is what I am going to be working on for 2025. And I'll tell you something. Sometimes we do things like that, and 3 months in, we go, you know what would have been a better call? Be wide open to anything that's going to happen. Be open to having an adventure in your own life in 2025, right? We as a society have been taking it for a really long time. We're not going to take it. We've been taking it since that song was a hit. Honestly. And just like I'm with you, F my dentures. I can't make that guy my hero. But whoever fixes your problem and makes sure that you get that medication will be a hero. And let's find that person. I'll help you find them. I promise. Just email me and we'll figure out a way to get to a solution to that. Because we could bump off 9 more of those tomorrow morning in New York City, but it isn't going to get you that effing medication. Right? Let's find the hero to fix it. Or at least get you taken care of. That would be, I'll call that dude a hero. Or that gal a hero, or whoever is able to do that. But I will help you find that hero too. I would really like to make that happen. Hey, Johnny Scoville, the Johnny Scoville. Happy New Year's, my man. Well, someone said, I wonder what the medication is because here in the UK, now we got to be careful with that stuff, how we discuss it here, because we most assuredly are a channel that does not have any doctors around, and we just want to make sure we're not doling out advice or things of that nature. But in the United States of America, it is an industry, right? A massive industry of people who drive across the border at Tijuana, at Nuevo Laredo, at Nogales, at all of these border crossings to go into other countries where they can buy medications that are very, very expensive in the U.S. for pennies on the dollar on the other side of the border. Sharona, Q is unable to breathe. He's so nervous at this point. That's where Q's at. He's his hearing is going to be in the first week of January, and he's nervous as hell. And I've been with him through a lot of these kind of things. This is about as close as this is actually getting in front of a judge, and he's never gotten that far. But this one's scaring him. You slept with Squirrel last night. That tramp. I knew I wouldn't be gone a matter of minutes before that cat was already hopping into the sack with Johnny. What kind of cat are you? The cat thinks that my brother and I are interchangeable. It's kind of a bummer. I'm glad Quibs isn't. At least my girl is slightly more evolved than my cat. Thank God. Although she did make you a mod before she made me one. I don't know, man. Yes. The answer to this question is yes. They have to get the discovery to the defense today. All of it has to be turned over. And I think all parties involved are a little shocked that we have not yet seen a superseding indictment. Although, again, like I talked about yesterday, if you're doing this as a way to, like a football game, and you're in the fourth quarter and you're trying to kill the clock kind of a thing, if you're trying to play this out, you would want to wait as long as you possibly could. You'd want to probably file at about 3:30 today, right? New York time. But it's interesting. It really is. I will not let it go, Joe Mama. I will not let it go. Do you know why? No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, do you know why? Because if the shoe was on the other foot, she would have staked me down in the front yard and set me aflame. Speaking of front yard, I had Bo out there today, and Bo was really doing dog stuff today. When Quibs came out to see me in Tucson, he stayed with a dog sitter, and he got to hang out with a bunch of other dogs. And I think they rubbed off on Bo. He was really acting quite like a dog. Woofy, good to see you. Happy New Year's. So tonight we're going to celebrate that on my girlfriend's channel on Real Table Reese, Relatable Reese. If you got a wrench, toss that link up there again, please, because you guys aren't going to want to miss this one. I promise this is going to be a good one. We're going to be talking a lot about what the future holds, right? What this is going to mean, what 2025 is all about. Arabian Bard, thank you so much. 9 months. Love it. Abdazzle, thank you for stopping in to say Happy New Year to everyone. I appreciate that. Our friends in Australia are already rocking into 2025, are they not? Yes, it's Sunday in Australia. So our Aussie friends are already celebrating the new year. It's coming our way. The time zones are now rapidly approaching this part of the world. I believe that 2025 is going to be it's going to be much like 2024, except we're going to get a lot more really famous people that are hemmed up in this. And I think that the indications that we have seen come out so far, where Judge Torres, all of the rulings that came out in the civil part of this concerning Voldemort. Let me see, 31 minutes in, can't say his name. Gonna have to still go with Voldemort. About another 15 or 20 minutes, we could drop his real name. Oh, so cool, man. So cool. Tommy, I've been a lurker of yours and Reese for a very long time and found Johnny through you. I've been praying for Q for a long time, and I will continue to pray things go well for him. Thank you so much. We're going to win. We're going to win. Whether or not we win this time or not, that's what I would love for you all to pray for, but we're going to win. I'm not going to stop until my man's out. So we're going to win. D. Thompson says, is it going to be about Jesters? Oh, they'll be mentioned. Make no mistake. They will be mentioned. Big shout out to Sam Yarborough, to Casper, for all the work that he's putting in there. If you guys could put a link up to his channel as well, another channel you're definitely going to want to make sure that you are sub to. Basically, the four of us are going to be. This is the year for them. I'll make you that promise. You know, it's fascinating to me. What's fascinating to me is all of the people that say, "Hey, the Freemasons don't know that this is going on." Right? This is not something that Freemasonry would ever condone. And we end up going, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The vast majority of Freemasons have no idea this is going on. They're not lying. They're not. I wish they were. It'd be a lot more fun. It would be a lot easier. But the truth of the matter is the vast majority of Freemasons have no clue. If they've heard of them, period, which is rare, they're so snowed as to what they're really doing there that they still think it's a pretty good thing, kind of a situation. And there are some people at the top that hate it, and they've been reaching out to us. Johnny Scoville says we are going to be a problem for them, and that's kind of the way I look at it, right? For real. Happy New Year to you all. I love you, and we'll see you again later. Thank you so much, Arabian Bard, and we do hope to see you over on Real Table Reese for our New Year's extravaganza. And we're going to force Johnny Scoville to come over there as well. So it'll be the team. We will all be stopping in and making announcements concerning the battle going forward with the Schmeck's cult that is the Royal Order of Jesters, or as we like to call them around here, give it to me. Everybody got the Chester Molester crew, the JMC. Everybody's aware of the JMC. And I'm not going to lie to you. I love that. I didn't come up with it. I wish I had. I wish I had have been. That was a joke for one right there. Although I was not born there. I wish I had have been. It's always good to have Johnny Scoville in the audience, because then when I do stupid things, I know that at least somebody heard of it. Damn! Did I just see it? Damn! I'm pretty sure I did. And if anyone is unfamiliar with the damn reference, then you're not watching enough of our old stuff. Yes, that was Noah Wright. Thank you again, Arabian Bard, and credit where credit is due. That is absolutely 100% Noah Wright. I'm glad I was able to put a smile on your face there, Johnny Scoville. Oh, you don't know the fun I'm having. There's cats everywhere. And there are so many distinct personalities of cats in this house, man. Oh, see, Jeremy Shelton stirring the pot. This is how it starts. I heard Johnny can't make it. He'll be doing the Squirrel and Johnny New Year's comedy cabaret instead. Yeah. I can see that. It's all fun and games. Until I come back there and shred up the both of them. Piano Mom. God bless and Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, crew. 2024 made us stronger. So ready to open that door at midnight and kick it out the door. Yeah, you know what? I'm with you 100%. I already have the thumbnail ready for this one, Woofy. I have already got the thumbnail ready for this one. This may be the first. I don't know. We may end up doing this story in 24, but if we don't, it's going to be one of the first two stories that I do in 2025. I have been working on the Usher part of this story for a hot minute now. Karen, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's been a really long time coming. I've not done, believe it or not, I've not ever done a show on Usher. I mean, we've talked about him plenty because his name comes up, but I've never done purely a show on Usher. And then the other one, people that you've all screamed for, is Corey Gamble. And let me tell you something. This is if you guys don't, or if you're not familiar with the yeah, no, I heard that. Chase the Heat. Thanks. Just keep rubbing that in. Right. Good looking out. We heard you the first 5 times you said it. Lacey Silver, happy New Year's to you too. Natalie Cor, have a happy New Year's as well. Good to have you. Yeah, Usher's shady, right? To be sure, Usher is shady, and it's you end up saying, constantly we go, is this guy a victim or is this guy a victimizer, right? And often it's both, right? And I think most people know that. Very often it's both because people who are, people who are victimized very often become people that start to victimize as well. It doesn't always happen, and there are times it goes the opposite direction, and people really sort of go over the top in the opposite direction, right? But with Usher, there seems to be a lot of smoke there, and there's going to be so the Corey Gamble thing. I've been doing the deep dive on Corey Gamble, and if you've never looked into this dude, I mean, you talk about just absolutely bizarre. If you're just reading the thumbnails, and you're going down the thumbnails, it's like, so this dude is Kris Jenner's love interest, right? So every thumbnail you see is about the two of them and clips of her talking about how, is my shirt on right? We had a heavy makeout session in the back of the car on the way here, just, right? Foulness. And then the next thumbnails are about her youngest daughter, who is now dating the dude. Like, if their last name wasn't Kardashian, they'd have been on the Springer show. For real. For whatever reason, we're willing to accept the Kardashians, but they're just a high rent version of the Jerry Springer show. Everyone else is just Temu Kardashians. And then it gets worse. Right? If that's not bad enough, he gets arrested and tossed in the pokey, and they're talking about the daughter springing his $10 million bail. Man, you can't make this crap up. This family is as creepy as anything out there. Jamie Palmer says, I do not claim the Kardashians. Well, one of you has to, right? One of you has to. No, I'm fairly depressed that my cat is sleeping with Johnny. It's a little disturbing. But he spoils the hell out of her. Like, I'm really not surprised. He really does spoil that cat, almost to the point where it's a bit disturbing. But headlines alone, if you just read the headlines, it's like, picture this in your family, everybody, right? Your boyfriend was dating your mom. Now, this guy's an interesting cat, too, because he was adopted by the woman that started Mary Kay, right? You're familiar with Mary Kay? It's a bit of a network marketing kind of a deal, where you can not only can you make money selling really great products, but you can also make money off of other people who are making money selling these really great products. The compensation plans are usually drawn out in a shape of a pyramid. Now, it's not technically a pyramid scheme because pyramid schemes technically don't have products. Right? The difference between a pyramid scheme and a multi-level marketing scheme is that a multi-level marketing scheme actually has a product. That's right. Tommy is away and the kitty will play. Yeah, I know. I see it. Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Yeah, I see it. 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 Yeah Keep it up, Johnny. Johnny's got jokes. Keep it up. Keep it up. Yeah, Abdazzle, right? That's wild, isn't it? That's one of those things where you go, huh? But he's in the pokey in lieu of 10 large bail. And they, all of the press you see on it goes, yes, it's a legal pyramid scheme, Abdazzle. Well done. See, Abdazzle gets it. Now, I want to talk about something else because this has come up a couple of times. Corey Gamble is slimy. There's no question. But we're doing a whole show on him, so it's coming. It is coming. I promise. We're going to do we're going to definitely be doing a show on it. But he is without a doubt creepy. I agree with you. I agree with you. The Kardashians and their cohorts are just handlers. But they are there's something going on with these people, right? And I believe that there's some kind of a psych op or something going on with them. I do, but there's nothing there, right? Like, are they particularly talented? Are they particularly intelligent? Are they particularly anything? I'm sorry, maybe I'm in the minority, but I don't even find any of them particularly dazzling looking. I mean, and I only say that because that's kind of their claim to fame, right? Like, what else are they famous for? Being beautiful and having a sex tape, right? Squirrel will have a channel soon. Yeah. Squirrel will definitely have a channel soon. We've been squirrel bombed. It happens a lot. It does. Like Rick rolled, squirrel bombed. It happens a lot. So I have been calling for us to stop giving money to jackwagons like the Kardashians. Stop giving money to these record labels, right, that are sodomizing their musicians, right, or forcing them to take an egg in the backside before they're able to start promoting their music, and systematically ripping these people off, not giving them the rights to their music, all of this stuff that's been going on for an eternity. And we all want it to stop. And we're saying, don't give $1 to these lowlives in 2025. The trouble with that is this. What if you're a recording artist? What if you're just an up-and-coming artist and you've got the whole world saying, I'm never buying another download ever again? There's going to be a lot of up-and-coming people that are going to end up getting screwed over. And a few of them have reached out to me and said, I'm trying to get a music career off the ground, and you're telling people not to buy any music downloads. It's going to be hard on me. I said, yeah, I bet it is. So let me say what I was actually, said and see if this changes anything. It may not. But I will absolutely buy music from people that don't have a record label. I'm not buying something from Universal Music Group so Sir Lucifer Grange can get, his cut. I got no interest in buying anything from Motown, right, with Ethiopia Hoptamarian at the helm. I don't want to have anything to do with any of these big labels because I think that they are the people that have systematically treated artists like slaves for as long as they possibly could. Right? Cat's out of the bag, so to speak. It's going to get a lot harder for them to do what they're doing. But I'm not trying to make it hard on up-and-coming artists. But you know what? You don't need a label. You don't. If you're talented as hell, start making some shorts. Show people what you got. There's a lot of people out there. Jelly Roll comes to mind, right? There's just a lot of really great musicians that are putting out music all by their onesies. The McDonald dude's killing it. Absolutely killing it. The Canadian guy who used to be a wrestler is killing it. But he's not making any record labels rich in the process. Yeah, Jelly Roll's killing it. There's a lot of great artists. So if that's, and I said to the people, if that's you, if that's how you're trying to get going, then reach out to people like me, right? Those of us who are saying boycott that crap, reach out to me. I'll listen to your stuff. Sounds great. I'd be happy to platform it. Right? Do whatever I can to get it so people can hear it, because I don't believe you're working on self-promoting your own stuff. Jeremy Fowler, I love that. And I think that this is where social media can actually become, a machine for a better world, right? Use social media to cut people out of the blue is definitely her color, says Penny Rogers about my girlfriend. I like her in blue. I do. Yes, Eyes Wide Shut tells us a lot about how these people move and live. You're right. Ren is amazing. And I listen to a lot of Ren. I got that was a Tampa B suggestion back in the day. I got that from Tampa B. And Ren is, I absolutely love the dude's stuff. I really do. I absolutely love the dude's stuff. I think he's super, super talented as a poet and as a entertainer and as an advocate for mental health. And yeah, you could do a lot worse. I promise you could do a lot worse. So my goal is to not make it hard on up-and-coming artists, right? My goal is to make it so that there's a day coming in the future where artists don't have to worry about this, right? I'd feel safer sending my daughter into into some rugged project in New York to buy crack than I would feel sending her into a record label, with the hopes of trying to find out whether or not she has talent. And I'm not being funny. It probably sounds funny, but I'm serious. You'd probably be a lot safer, with your kid going to buy drugs in a bad part of town versus having them go into the A&R department at a local, hip hop. Yeah. Using these platforms for love and connection can help change this. All for the better, be the change. Paula Pendley, I agree wholeheartedly. And there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff that we're going to be doing in 2025. We're going to lead the charge as much as we can. Tip of the spear, kind of thing. We want strongly, right? More than anything, I think at this point, we want to give voice to people that don't have it. The number of people that my girlfriend has talked to or have reached out that said, you know what, my husband's made me feel like I was crazy for the last decade. Can you imagine? I mean, systematically just lying to the person you love most on earth. And when they say stuff like, it doesn't make sense that you can't use your phone for 4 days. Like, what is that? That doesn't even make sense. Do you hear yourself? You're crazy. We're a bunch of guys that go out and play golf. I mean, it's about brotherhood, and the phone screws up the brother. Gaslighting women for 102 years. And if that's all they were doing, that would be plenty of reason to hate them. But that's not all that they're doing. What they're doing instead, and this is what really chapped all of the fellas that have reached out to us from the Freemasons, the thing that seems to make them the angriest is that these guys go out and hunt down women that have kids. They're looking for mothers, right, that they can turn out. By the way, that's the right terminology. It's what they're doing. They're finding these women that need to make a good living because there's not a husband in the situation, and just reaching out to be their saviors. Boy, your needs will be taken care of. You'll have nothing to worry about going forward. You're now part of a very exclusive club, and you will be rewarded. You may have to bang 20 dudes a day. Yeah, but, at least, you'll get tested before you do. It's kind of important to know that you're not going to be giving any venereal diseases to these men. They won't be tested because they don't view you the same as they view each other. Pretty nasty, man. Sorry, I ruined your jester party. Needs to be on a t-shirt. Wow. Johnny Scoville. That really needs to be on a shirt, especially because the Quibster said it to me 100 times when we were in Vegas. I'm not joking. She said it constantly. Sorry, I ruined your jester party. Yeah, like Forrest Gump. Cheyenne Smut, how are you? How have you been? Good to see you. Glad that you're here. I might be saying too much. Victoria, please do me a favor and send me an email, TommyScoville@gmail.com. I'd very much like to give you the opportunity to tell that story if it's something that you're comfortable doing. And if not, that's great too. But tell you some resources of some places you can, people you can reach out to who can talk to you, because that's the kind of stuff that requires a decent amount of therapy. And you may have already done all of that. But if not, we certainly would like to be able to to help if at all possible. Sorry I ruined your jester party. Really does need to be a t-shirt. Johnny Scoville, I will tip my hat. Well played. Well played. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Anna says, "Love you all. It's 12:56 here. Happy New Year to all and everyone." Well, Happy New Year to you. Ring it in 2025. That is the first official lifeboat crew member who is ringing in the new year. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. I really do. I love that. Yeah. Tell me that's not cool. We're bad and we're worldwide. Great song by ZZ Top. You know the song. Bad and nationwide, but we are bigger than that, people. It's amazing to me just how many places around the world are represented. The other day I was doing a show and I was with Johnny Scoville. And I said, hey, you know what? Just write down what part of the world you're from in the chat. And you can't read it. It starts going so fast that you really can't catch all of them. But I went back and I watched it slowed down with my brother. And it was just amazing how much of the world is covered. And it says a lot about exactly what we're talking about. I don't think that the world is watching because of my fantastic singing voice. Although let's keep it real. I have a fantastic singing voice. Do I not? Allegedly. Yeah, you know. You know. Hey, it's been 2025 here for 2 hours already. Well, then you should have spoke up, but you were too busy picking on the Bee Gees, right? Maybe if you had come on here and said, hey, Happy New Year. Let me tell you what time it is here. No, but you had to start picking on the Bee Gees, right? Trying to say that Caddyshack 2 was an actual film. He absolutely. If we could get some thoughts and prayers for Chow Yun Smut's stepdad. We'll take all the prayers we can get. Reese did tell me that actually. She mentioned that late last night. So you have been in our thoughts and prayers since. Rhonda, good to see you. Thank you, everybody. I love how the group here on the boat tends to rally behind people when when thoughts and prayers are needed. Honestly, it warms my heart. It warms my heart. Listening while working, says LRM. Happy New Year to you. I love that, and I love it when people take us to work. I feel more like a legit YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like there's somebody out there that should be working and they're listening to me instead. That absolutely makes me feel like I'm creating content, and I dig it. I dig it. This is going to be the year of the Diddy trial, right? Even with delays or anything that happens, this trial is going to happen in 2025. I just don't see how they could possibly. Paula Penley says, working here too. I love it. I don't see how they could even, I don't think it's possible to string this thing out where it would go farther than that. Hey, Natasha, part of our Atwood family here. Happy New Year to you. It's an honor to have you here. This is the year that Diddy goes to trial. And it's going to be fascinating because we're not going to get a chance to see what's going on. There's not going to be any cameras in there. Everything that happens is going to be somebody stepping back outside that courtroom, just like the old days, right? They're going to be running up to the phone banks, except we all have cell phones, dialing into their editor, except we'll just be going into YouTube. And we'll go instantly live and talk about what we just saw. And I really hope, depending on when this trial goes, I hope to be there for it. That's hey, Geoplanet Jane. This is definitely a goal of mine for 2025. I want to be there for the Diddy trial, or at least a good-sized chunk of it. I think it would be. I think I could do it better than anyone else because I'm an ego guy. You know what I mean? I'm not being a wise guy. I have that kind of memory. I'm not being an egomaniac. I am fairly confident that if I sit there taking notes, I'll probably get a decent amount of it. That bathtub memory where I can remember just about everything for about 2 hours afterwards, and then it all just sort of gets drained out. But for that 2 hours, I'm hell on wheels. Bumblebee says, especially since he demanded a speedy trial. Correct. That also is why all the pundits believe that the superseding indictments that they've been talking about and talking to people up on having grand juries about, they're all anticipating that those superseding indictments are going to happen soon, right? As close to December 31st as possible. Oh, thank you, Sharon. I really, I do hope to get out there to do it, and I hope to drag Johnny Scoville with me for some of it, and then get the Quibster up there for a little bit of it too, just because she's never seen New York. I think that would be a lot of fun. You have a sickness bug? You know what it is? I have been, since I got here, I have been very stuffed up in my beak. The prison commissary in the feds, it's very, very cheap. We don't pay tax on anything. There's no tax paid on any of the stuff. Not sure why that is. Something having to do with the fact that it's federal. But I used to pay 25 cents for a ramen soup. And I had been in jails before, not so much prisons, but jails before, where they were charging $1.50 to $2 for one soup. So in the feds, it's pretty cheap. 25 cents a soup's not bad. Yeah, I'm stuffed up. Diddy Trial Travel Fund. There you go. Thank you, Kristen Melinda. I really appreciate that. I'm actually going to tuck that away too. A couple of other people have reached out and done stuff like that. This is something I definitely want to do. And for the lifeboat, I think it would really, really benefit the lifeboat. Jeremy Shelton says, okay, but would you pay 50 cents for a Coke? Hey, I ain't paying no 50 cents for no Coke. How funny is that too? The Caddyshack. I remember when it went to 50 cents for a Coke, and it was just, God, it's all the money in the world. You could only get two of them for $1. I'm never drinking a Coke again. Now what is it? $700, for a 6-ounce Coke. And what exactly is a jester? Okay. A jester is an organization that is a spinoff here in the U.S. of Freemasonry. Everywhere else outside the U.S., the Freemasons don't recognize this as a legitimate organization. But here within the United States, there are a lot of organizations that spin off from Freemasonry. It's like they already have one secret society, so they can shop for other ones from within their ranks. And from within their ranks, they end up with people who then join the shrine. And most people are familiar with the Shriners because they've built a lot of hospitals and donated a lot of money to children and such. And then if you are a Mason and you've become a Shriner, from the Shriners, they will pick another group of people, invite only. It's a very small and select number. You have to prove the amount of money you make and basically swear that you're going to go to a lot of their functions. But then you're invited, to become a jester. And a jester, unlike the Shriners want to help kids. They say they're out there, and their goal is to make sure that kids are never unable to get treatment for money reasons or anything like that. They're always going to be there for them, and I think that's lovely, right? I really do. The jesters, on the other hand, say we are a luxury group of a luxury organization for a small group of guys that get together and celebrate the finer things in life, like a good cigar, nice scotch or bourbon, and going to hunt, birds and go do bird shoots and things like that. What it really is instead is a bunch of guys that travel around the country. Every single weekend, there are these parties all over the United States. And at these parties, the rule of the day is high stakes poker, drugs, and prostitutes. This has been going on for 102 years. They're tax exempt. They've had multiple presidents of the United States who were jesters. And that's a problem because when you swear an oath to a private organization, if you swear an oath to a secret society, how do you then swear an oath of fealty to the United States? You can't swear to two different. You can't serve two masters, and in the process say, "Oh no, I've never sworn a oath to anyone. It's never happened before." Because they ask you that friggin' question before you start taking these oaths to be sworn into government in the U.S. So what do? They lie. They don't tell the truth. And I think that's a problem. Don't you agree? I mean, I think that's a really good size problem. Leanne, thank you so much. Leanne says travel fund. I'll tell you, people, I'm not joking. I very much want to be at that trial. And I think that it's going to sound so arrogant, but I think that they need people there. I think they need people like me there that are going to be watching everything that's going on and reporting back. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of other great reporters there. But will they be convicts? Because I'm telling you, I have a slightly different perspective on a lot of this stuff, having sat in the loser chair. Very often the pundits that you hear are people that did it right. I have a pretty good idea what's going on. What are we talking about? Oh, JFK's secret society speech. Yeah, made right before he got unalived, where he talked about secret societies. Yeah, yep. Absolutely. Now, we've done a lot of these shows on exactly this, but instead of sending you to one, you're going to hear us talk about this probably tomorrow. We'll be doing stuff on journaling and setting goals tomorrow, guaranteed. So just tune in. Badger Life, good to see you. Well, here's the thing. This is solid, right? Just sad that people care more about things that will not make a difference in their personal lives. Why do we not care about things that really matter? Why do we have gangs in the USA? We have gangs in the USA because we have a group of boys, right, who grow up without dads, and they look for that kind of stability. They look for what is literally bred into us. It is literally inherent that we need a male role model, and if we don't have one, we go find them. And unfortunately, I think that gangs, the problem of gang proliferation starts because of lack of a male role model in the house. Just a fact. And those are the kind of things that we need to attack. And I think that I would have got so much shit if I said that last year. That statement alone would have got me so much crap. Dudes don't need men. You would not believe how bad things have gotten in terms of free speech. But I don't care anymore, right? I don't care. I'm at this point, I'm all about speaking what I think is solid. Well, they always suddenly pass away. You could be on hospice for 25 years, and then it's so sudden. I'm sorry, that's from I think it's Fletch. Yeah, heard about his uncle. So sudden. She's so sudden. No, he was on hospice for 5 years. It dragged on terribly. No, I know, but right at the very end, when he stopped breathing, it was really, really sudden. DNV 1983. Good to see you. Research Saul Alinsky, Rules for Radicals, says Shane Lewis. Oh, I got into such an argument with a jerk wagon on this channel once about the book Rules for Radicals. It's worth reading, though, to be sure. Yeah, it is definitely different when you're there. It really is. Shane Lewis says, research Margaret Sanger, the woman that helped start Planned Parenthood. Not alone, but with a little help, allegedly, from Bill Gates' father. Fletch really is good, isn't it? John Cocktoaston. Thank you. It's Scotch Romanian. It's lovely. Love John Cocktoaston. Too funny. Too funny. I met Chevy Chase. We did a film together. We worked together. I had him come in on a film I was working on. I wanted to bring him in to work with me. I had a bit part, day player's part. But I brought him in as the lead because I thought maybe he could sell it slightly better than I could. No, but really, I was in a film with Chevy Chase, no joke. So, and I had a speaking part. I had a day player's contract. I had a pivotal part of the film. If you had removed me, the movie would not have made sense. So put that in your pipe and do something with it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a Jimmy Carter fan, so absolutely no shade to Jeremy, but yeah, he was 100. He was an amazing man of character for sure. I met him, oddly enough. I met him. Shane, it's. I think the stuff that you're saying deserves to be highlighted. I'm a firm believer that people should go down both of those rabbit holes. It's worth doing. It really is. Why, thank you, Piano Mom. I appreciate that. The Academy passed me over. I was not nominated for an Academy Award for my role in Funny Farm, although I think many people thought I probably should have gotten the Oscar. But it's kind of a political thing. I think we all know that, right? They pick their favorites, so I'm not upset about it or about the Academy or the stupid people that work there. Not at all. I think you'll find I'm pretty level-headed about the whole thing. Idiots. All right, people. This is the first of multiple shows that you will see today. I'm going to get up with all of my partners and in crime, so to speak. But I do want you to know, Tommy, that song, Heat Miser, Snow Miser, I am seeing all over Facebook right now, and I wouldn't have known that song unless you and Johnny sang it. We sang it so well, they actually demonetized us. We got dinged because they said that we were stealing the... But I'm Mr. Heat Miser, I'm Mr. Sun. That one. Yep. I'm Miss Funny Farm. That is me. I am in that film, Bumblebee Seafoods. I am the youngster that steals the road signs. Back in my acting days. Alrighty, peeps. You will see me over on my girl's channel, Relatable Reese. If you guys got a wrench, put that link up one more time. And then you might want to put up the link to Chase the Heat, my brother Johnny's channel, and then one more time to Casper as well. Because in 2025, those 4 channels are going to put a hurt on hypocrisy. I'm serious. Those 4 channels are going to attack people that have been attacking women systematically. When you hear the documentary that is being put together, when it starts, the first 30 seconds of that documentary and you're owned. There's no way you can walk away because it's so damn real. It's uncomfortable. It's painful to listen to, but I think that it's really going to get a lot of people's attention. Natasha, thank you so much. Alrighty, people, I am the Admiral, and I will see you this evening on Real Table Reese. You'll also see me again on the lifeboat. Between now and the next time I see you, reach out and try to save somebody. And for the love of God, don't miss any shows today. This is going to be a big one, right? Prediction time. Prediction times. All right, peeps. Bye-bye. God bless.